Hey, Facts family, how y'all doing? This is the latest episode of Moe Factz Live, and I got my man Bobby Cash riding along with me for this one. And this episode is called A Mother's Will. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
All right, so before we get started into this episode, I want to speak to the live people in the live chat first. Andrea Jackson was up in here first at 7:13. She was ready, and she says, "I'm waiting." Next, we have Brodus. Salute to the chat. Then we had Derek Birch up in here. Ned, of course. He said, "Salute Facts family, bro, brother Mo. This one looks like we're going in the deep end. Get your floaties because you might sink around these parts." Yes, Bobby, we're going to the deep end. And that's why I had to get my man Bobby Cash from Mud Podcast or MUD Podcast. And make sure I put your banner up there right quick. And then let me go ahead and drop your channel in the live chat. 1 second. There we go. So y'all can go follow Bobby. Let's see. Then we have Beezy, Dan, Judy S. Of course, I know if Andrew was here, but Judy S. had to be close behind. We got Ricky Fitness, Alicio. I hope I pronounced that right. Primordial Soup, of course. D Digital, AKW Beats. What's up, bro? Savage, Rob 3000ish, Sean M, Dan, David Fox, Daniel Pagan, Tasha Washer. I remember you, Tasha, from last time. Oh, Deep Impressions, the official spammer of the Moe Factz channel. Let me make sure I get that up there. Hit the like button on your way in, and please leave a comment on your way out. Joy A, how you doing? Alex, Stephen Page. I think we got everybody. So what's up, Bobby? How you doing?
I'm doing well, Mo. How you doing tonight?
Oh, and excuse me, that's Ellie Say yo. Ellie Say yo. Sorry about that. I tore that all up. Oh, and of course, Sophisticated Ignorance had to come in before we were saying we closed the door. Marisol. Man, so Bobby, we got a good show for the people tonight. Let me go ahead and put this up here right quick. A mother's will. So just to let everybody know, let me fill everybody in what we're gonna be talking about. In his new book, Will Smith, the actor, discussed how after splitting from wife Jada Pinkett Smith in 2011, he sought out a shaman to give him the experience of floating deep in outer space and other spiritual highs through an indigenous drug called ayahuasca. In addition to that, Smith said he tried the hallucinogenic tea 14 times over the course of 6 months while trying to recover from his heartbreak. All right, so Bobby, you're going to have to fill us in on ayahuasca. I vaguely know what that's about. And all the other things are esoteric. So as Ned said, we're going on the deep end tonight. Anything you want to say before we dive in? You want to go ahead and get into it?
Well, let me say first, I had to start from the roots. Ayahuasca is something that was made for when times of people who had like notion of self from tribal members and stuff like that. So if you hear me go on to any notion of self or talk about out of body experiences, that is the original use for this. It wasn't meant for people to come and try to find their way back, but it was only meant for tribal uses only. So you have anything you want to say before I leap into talking about it now?
What I'm gonna do right now is show the people the article that we're referring to, and this is the New York Post. The title was "Will Smith Tripped 14 Times on Ayahuasca with Mother." So we're gonna have to talk about who Mother is. And Bobby, I know you got a lot to say on that. Went to tantric sex expert after splitting with Jada. So we're not gonna get on that part of it because it tries to be a family show. But yeah, we're going to talk about his 14 times tripping on ayahuasca, what drove him to that point, and then we're going to finally wrap up with discussing who this mother person is. So I guess, Bobby, what we can do first is let's go ahead and get Let me read from this. Let me read from this article right quick so people know where we're at with it, and then I want to get into the what drove Will Smith to this point. It said in his new book, out Tuesday, Smith recalls how after splitting from wife Jada Pinkett Smith in 2011, he sought out a shaman to give him a psychotropic tea and lead him through the visions it produces. And hour after drinking, he writes, "I was floating deep in outer space. I was trillion light years away from Earth. During his trip, he sensed an unseeable woman who he came to call mother behind him. I can tell she'll never leave me," he writes. So let's go ahead and get into the whole, what I call a traumatic experience of what happened at the red table talk with him and his wife. And I think this is what pushed him over the edge in dealing with this. So you ready to get into that? And I just stop me anytime you hear her say something or you see something, and we'll address it, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Is there someone in your life?
Oh, nope. Hold on, what happened here? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, folks. There we go. Sorry about that.
Of a journey with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, there's people's feelings involved.
Right. Right.
You know, it's healing that needs to happen.
Yes, absolutely. So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so I think it was about 4 years ago, started a friendship with August. And
she's speaking on her relationship or entanglement with August Alsina. Do you notice anything right off the bat that you want to speak on?
Yeah, the faces she make, and just the fact that talking about things like this, she knows that she's emasculating him, period, because females aren't violent physically, they're violent mentally and vindictively. These are things that they have a high-priced counselor and a therapist and all this stuff. These are things she should have said around a woman who was not going to be as opinionated but more logical about a woman who's trying to justify the way she is so vindictively. But she went on TV in front of millions of people who she can adjust the projection of how she want things to go, or other trifling women who justify this type of behavior just to do this to him.
And that's the main point we need to distinguish between the trifling women and the good women, because in this gender war, and I think this was a huge a huge battle in the gender war that was played out for deeper meanings, to just cause a deeper divide between men and women. But let's go ahead and listen to her.
Mo, you sound chopped up. You sound chopped up.
I sound chopped up. Live chat, do I sound chopped up?
Yeah, it sound computerized.
Okay, let me
computerized a little bit.
Let me drop the mic out and I'll come right.
All right.
I'm good now. Hello? Okay, they said it sound good to them, so I think it might be on your end, Bobby. So let's go ahead and continue on with her and her emasculating Will Smith in front of the world's eye.
we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help. You know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state. And we found all those different resources, you know, to help pull him through. And from there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
That particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah. I really felt like we could be over. You
Yeah,
know?
no, we were
over. And then,
all right, so I'm going to stop it right there. It seems like she was trying to drive daggers through this man's heart. Did you notice that, Bobby? Did we lose Bobby? Let's see if we might have lost Bobby. Hello, Bobby? All right, so we lost. I think we lost Bobby. Let me keep him there and then just mute his mic. Bobby, you say something when you get ready to come back. So it seems like she was trying to drive daggers through this man's heart. And I found that weird to be sitting there, speaking that way about being with another man in front of your husband. If you notice Will's appearance, he looks very unkept with the beard. I mean, he was always known for his appearance, and being, well kept. And I just thought that was part of the act, or not even act, but part of the script. Let's see what the live chat got to say. I think we got Bobby back. You back, Bobby? All right. So I think he's having a problem with his on his end, technical difficulties. Let's see what the live chat got to say. Mars says for sure he looks like he has waterworks coming. Yeah, it looks like he really wants to cry. Let's see. Yep, primordial suit looks like it's a punishment. So let's go ahead and go through this. And really, what we should call it is, okay. Thank you, Judy S. Sadie Pickett, Sadie Pinkett Smith. She's harsh, right? That's exactly right. And I couldn't imagine doing this to somebody in the public's eye of somebody I claim to love. I find that very disturbing. But let's continue on because this goes on for 4 minutes.
And what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
And I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
And it looks like she wanted to smile there. Like a smile wanted to spread across her face. Alex says shame is a sharp weapon against a man. Yes. A man's pride is his, confidence is very important. And to tear that down, I just find it very, very harsh. And yeah, this is definitely, in my assessment, a shaming ritual.
That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time and you go figure out how to make yourself happy.
I was in a lot of pain and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely...
And I want you to pay attention to the chain around her neck. It keeps hiding. And when it comes back, we're going to see the symbol on her neck.
Realize that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. Mm-hmm. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. Mm-hmm.
During that time, launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. Mm-hmm. It had been so long since I felt good.
Right. Husband, now I got to be with you at the...
Oh, Beezy, we gonna talk about that. Beezy said a couple of months ago on Star Show, of course, the Star Report, the big homie, the hater. We do shouts outs over here, so I'm gonna say shouts out to Star. You said that the black woman, hold on, let me get that back. You said that the black woman sees the black man as her problem or in their way. Please talk about it. Oh, we're gonna get there before this show is over. And let's be clear on this. Some black women are, and it's not exclusively to black women. But let's continue on with the shaming ritual.
Press conference while you tell the world about your transgressions.
Well,
Like, I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
no, I definitely understand.
That's called for better or for worse.
And why it would look that way or feel that way. But I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity. And I was really able to do some really deep healing. It was really a joy.
Okay, the dragons, I think that's how you pronounce it, says I had never heard the term entanglement used like that before. And like, yeah, they sit around and they come up with these terms to explain explain away these behaviors. So this was definitely a PR kind of fix it, PR kind of damage control. So they probably sat around a room and came up with that term to spin it that way.
To just help heal somebody.
Yeah. Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you.
Hold on 1 second. So Jessica Sellis, I think that's it, says, not taking up for Jada, but Will ain't innocent. Two wrongs don't make a right. And that's correct. So, around here, we don't do emotions. We do facts. So we're going to go and pay attention to everything and see where it takes us. I'm glad you brought that up. Let's see. Once again, hit the like button. Thank you, Deep.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle. I don't want to go through this no more.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm going to get you back first, and then...
You're going to get me back. I think you got me back. I think
that's what Jessica is saying, and even Will had to acknowledge, that this ain't a one-way street here. But the fact that she brought him here, and even the fact that he was willing to come here, there's more to this than just what's happening. So we had to look deeper than just what's on the surface.
I think we're good on that, okay?
Okay.
I wish that wasn't the case. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic and miracles.
Yeah.
I'm sure you love that magic, Will.
That's probably true.
But and I don't think it's about getting anybody back.
No, for me it is.
Okay.
That's you got to be careful when people start talking about that, getting it back, and I know we say. Let me just go here right now. When we talk about cheating between men and women, it should be equal and the same, but it's not. And let me explain why. The fact that a woman can look over a man cheating, but a man can never look the other way truly. And it has to really boil down to biology, because the way children are created, it's for certain that a child is a mother's, as we hear, and not the father, and that's not certain that it's the father's. This plays into it. You hear the term mama's baby, papa's maybe. That all plays into, you can call it possession. But when we have a woman, speaking for a man that's been married for a very long time, happily, it's not the same. And I'm gonna just be honest with you, ladies. I have to be, we deal in facts around here, and it is not the same in our eyes, because of that fact of the biology that goes along with it.
I'll give you that petty if that's what you want. But I will definitely say it's just part of it.
Yeah.
If you expect to be with somebody for a lifetime.
25 years and counting.
And counting, and then she said, like, that's not good well, that's verbal, but that's not good. It's not a good sound to hear when somebody says 25 years and reflects on it.
We ride together.
We die together.
Bad marriage for life.
And this makes you want to think that, is this an act? So I said, I want to go back and maybe just catch a still image of her neck. There it is. And I want to go now. This is called the Ankh. Right. There we go. Primordial Soup picked up on it. Ankh around her neck. Thank you. So here's the Ankh right here. And this is just from the ankhblogspot.com. And before I get to that, let me drop the link for this article that we're speaking from tonight in the live chat, because I'm going to start doing that more. So when people go back, they can go back and find the source material that we're using. So that's the source material there for this article. But here's the Ankh. And the Ankh says, pregnant womb, uterus, placenta is the round part. The black part is the fallopian tubes and ovary, and the green part is the vaginal vortex. And it says Ankh is the ancient symbol of the eternal wombiverse. The Ankh is the feminine energy wand representing birth, creativity, fertility, potential, new life, eternal life, and blessing. And it goes on to say the ring represents the pregnant woman's uterus, placenta, carrying the egg of life. The reddish color also is for the fertile placenta blood. And it goes on to say, I'm saying, represents all that. So for her to wear this, doing this, okay, let me point out one more thing. It says the gold represents the sunlight, sun rays of light, warmth, and enlightenment of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So for her to wear this, doing this, I find that very interesting. I hear you, Matthew. And it doesn't say that, but I'm just saying it's what that makes me believe is there's some kind of maybe magic spell going on here. So as someone said, let's see. As someone said, Will's not innocent himself, and I have to agree with that. So now we have to go here and get into more of the article. It says the temporary split from Jada came after her 40th birthday. Smith put together a 3-day blowout. The idea of it appeared to him in a non-psychedelic vision 3 days before in Santa Fe, New Mexico. He created a documentary about his wife's family. He's doing too much already. And I'm going to say this, like sometimes this is a passive way of being controlling. Is it that she wanted this, or did he want to seem like the perfect husband? I mean, this which is true, but is it that we have to ask ourselves, do people do these things for their praises, or you know what I'm saying, or to actually show their love for their spouse? All right, let's continue on, because he created a documentary about his wife's family, complete with audio recordings from her beloved late grandmother. He hired Jada's favorite artists to do custom paintings. There were golf outings and hikes, and a lavish dinner reached via a 20-foot long archway filled with photos of Jada. That seems a bit obsessive. After the meal, a screen lifted to reveal the night's surprise performer, Mary J. Blige. Will, you don't want to get the queen of breakups to sing at your wife's birthday party. I'm just saying, you might want to take that little advice if you're listening. He said, I was the perfect husband. I'm going to say that again. I was the perfect husband. Is this what he wanted or what she wanted? And like I said, this could be considered passively controlling. Then it goes on to say this. Okay, so we're going to go from there. So he's giving me the vibes of somebody, what's called an emotional vampire, or energy vampire. So, right. Thank you, Savage. Perfect for the narrative. And Maverick said the same thing. It's PR, right? Sometimes the flowers and a bottle of wine and just a quiet night might be what it calls for, not a 3-day extravaganza. And I see this all the time on social media. People put up these fronts to seem like the perfect spouse or the perfect whatever for their own praise. Right. Primordial Suit said a psychic vampire. Okay, so we're going to get into some signs to watch for a psychic vampire. So let's go there, and then we'll come back to this slide here. Okay, no, let's go here first. So, boom. This is a case in point of what I'm saying about PR and Will Smith in this Sunday Times culture. It says Will Smith memoir reveals a man who found success by transforming himself and his family into a product. The book tracks his rise from nerdy kid to rapper to Hollywood royalty, but also shows the shark-eyed ambition that got him there. So shark-eyed ambition. That means that he made everything, he did everything to present it as a product, and that what that may lead to is people thinking like you have ulterior motives. I appreciate that, not Yoda. You said you're loving it. I appreciate that. And like I said, I think her name was Jessica, was saying, we have to go and point out that it's not just one way. It goes both ways. So with that says, we got to look into the 8 signs. That you might be a energy vampire or a psychic vampire, as someone said. This is from the website Fatherly. So let's go ahead and get that and drop that in the live chat so y'all can read into the article if you would like to. Let's do that. Like I said, I'm trying value for value, folks. You know what I'm saying? We stepping it up. We're going to make a better product every time around. And here it says, and I found this interesting that this was on a website called Fatherly, aimed at fathers, saying that maybe the man can be the psychic or energy vampire. It said the behavior can come from underlying conditions. There are tendencies. Let me get y'all on the same slide I am. Sorry about that. It said the behavior can come from underlying conditions. There are tendencies of being histrionic and need to be the center of attention. It seems like we're like being the center of attention. We have to be honest there. He says it can even be codependency. File that away. Codependency. Y'all file that away. And before we continue on, I think Maverick made a very astute comment. It says psychic vampirism is far more common than people want to think. It flies under the radar of being an extrovert. Right. And we would consider Will Smith to be an extrovert just by his personality traits. Now, going back to this, it says it could even be codependency and excessive reliance on other people to feel good about themselves. Case in point, he threw this birthday party saying, I'm the perfect husband. He was reliant on her receiving it to feel that he was a good person and feel good about himself. It says for all these Rego notes, there's a general tendency to veer too heavy and regularly towards inflating their mood and energy state by using other people in their lives. All right, so let's jump from there into the video speaking on energy vampires.
Feel emotionally exhausted just by being around them, or leaves you feeling upset, anxious, or stressed out whenever you spend time with them? If there is, then you should watch out. That person might be an energy vampire. Energy vampires aren't at all like those people you dislike or disagree with. It's not a matter of you simply finding it hard to get along with them. In fact, most energy vampires tend to be close friends or family members, always exploiting you and zapping away your energy without you knowing it. They're stubborn, manipulative, entitled, and self-absorbed. They're people who want to have you at their beck and call. They call or use you as a psychological punching bag to feel good about themselves. Does this sound unsettlingly familiar to you? If you want to find out whether you're in a situation like this, here are 6 signs you're dealing with an energy vampire.
Like I always do, I try to bring y'all information that you can apply to your life. Maybe pay attention to these signs that maybe somebody's draining your energy from you. And maybe let's also see if these align to what Will Smith may have been, doing to Jada. We don't want to make this a one-way street. We want to be, based on facts and facts alone.
1. They like to play victim. Energy vampires usually don't take responsibility for their mistakes. They can't hold themselves accountable for the part they play when things go bad, and instead blame everyone else for what happens to them. They are manipulative. For example, they may constantly guilt trip you into feeling sorry for them, doing favors for them, and staying by their side.
We can see this with Will. He wanted to play the victim. He said that he would. Jada said it, and he agreed that he wasn't the only one. She wasn't the only one that did wrong, but him coming up there with the tears in his eyes, like his dad didn't show up in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He wanted to play the victim, to draw that energy in from the viewers to make her seem like the bad person. And once again, I am not taking up for her, because what I'm saying is they both had a role to play in this, and we need to go and look deeper into it to see, like Primordial Suit says, hitting home, so we can reflect on ourselves and make sure we're not carrying these traits. So let's continue on.
Based on a study by Lobel and Tabor, people who behave like this often struggle with extremely low self-esteem and seek constant validation from others as a coping mechanism. Thus, they come off as needy, clingy, and sometimes even codependent on those around them. 2. They're narcissistic.
Narcissism. We had to look at Will Smith, all the character types that he played, you know what I'm saying, on shows that were and movies that was based off of him. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air comes to mind. He played a very narcissistic, self-absorbed character in that show, as well as in Bad Boys. He played the same role. I think Hitch, he played the same role. It's kind of baked into his whole character archetype. So we just need to pay attention to that as well.
Energy vampires are known to be highly self-absorbed. Have you ever found yourself dealing with someone who constantly only ever wanted to talk about themselves and never listened to anything you had to say? Well, people like this are often charismatic and smooth-talking, which makes it harder to stay away from them. Oftentimes, they have little to no capacity for empathy and will usually only pretend to care about you when it benefits them. They might expect you to always put them first and be upset with you when you don't give in to their demands for attention or praise. Do you know someone like this in your life? Perhaps you might relate to being a narcissist, but feel no shame. Self-awareness is key.
Let's stop right there. Maverick also made a great point. He said, or she, I'm not sure, I don't want to misgender you, but low self-esteem can be a sign of too much self-esteem. They feel low because they aren't getting the amount of, or level of attention attention they deserve. Okay, I think I read that right. All right, so yeah, so we can pay. Yeah, that's a great point. I am legend. he was the last man on earth. I mean, you can't get more narcissistic than that. So here, continuing on.
If you enjoy our content so far, don't forget to subscribe for more psychology and mental health content. 3. They want to dominate you. Do you know someone who's loudmouthed and loves to feel superior over others? Chances are, individuals like this are actually deeply insecure about themselves. They're afraid of appearing weak or foolish, and so they overcompensate by intimidating others and exerting their dominance over those around them. They put you down in order to feel good about themselves. They also feel insecure about your success or achievements because they fear being outdone. A study by Nagy and Davis suggests that highly competitive and likely type A personalities have a neurotic need to beat others.
Hey, bro, that's a very interesting show note. He said show note, the movie Hitch was allegedly based on Tariq Nasheed. I never heard that, but that's very interesting that you would say that. I had to look into that more.
4. They create unnecessary drama. Chaos can be exhilarating for an energy vampire. As long as they're at the center of attention, they tend...
Stop right there. Once again, him coming to that table. And the reason why this makes me think this is true, as long as he was the center of attention at that table, it didn't matter to him whether the attention was negative or positive. Because any man, let me say this, the typical man would put himself up there to be humiliated like that. But the fact that it drew attention, it was a win for him. And let's go back to what he said before. What did he say? Will Smith memoir reveals a man who has found success by transforming himself and his family into a product. This show was another product. These ratings was a hit for his family and for his wife, even though at his expense. So we got to keep that in mind. But let's continue on.
Exaggerated sense of self-importance, and they enjoy playing the sympathy card on others. This is why they thrive in crisis and love to create problems, either for themselves or others, making mountains out of molehills. They gossip and make trouble wherever they go in order to distract themselves from the emptiness they feel. They go to great lengths just to feel intense emotions, even when they're negative.
That's another, man, Factz Family on fire tonight. D Snow says, I think I remember hearing that they changed the ending of I Am Legend to make Will more of a hero. The original Japanese movie ending was different. I could be wrong. I know there was an alternate ending, a couple of alternate endings, so that could be. But let's look into that more.
5. They constantly criticize you. If someone constantly criticizes you and makes you feel bad about yourself, they might be toxic to your mental health. They prey on your insecurities and emotionally manipulate you. While it seems obvious enough,
Manipulation, what we talk about, manipulation and kind of trying to control, that is a form of witchcraft. So are we looking at two witches sitting at this table, casting spells on each other, and in another way, casting a spell on the audiences that's watching? Because you got to think about it. The audience that took away this information, they were very divided. It caused a very binary reaction between men and women. So they could be getting off on the fact that, one, they sit back and watch the effect and the ripples that happen on social media and like laugh all the way to the bank.
sometimes it can be difficult to recognize this behavior in others, especially if there's someone close to you. People like this often seem friendly on the outside, but deep down, they might already be harboring malicious intentions towards you. And 6, they exploit your kindness. Based on a study by Grosh and others,
I would think this leans more towards Jada in this sense. And let me just back up a minute why I got on this vampiric relationship. This is not something of my own making or coming up with. Will Smith said it in the article there. If you can see the screen capture there. And it might be a little small, so I'll read it for you. It says, Smith added that they didn't want a divorce, but need time apart, writing that the act of fulfilling each other's needs was a vampiric relationship model. That's where I got the term vampiric from. So just to fill people in.
15, compassionate and caring people are prime targets for their abuse. If ever you've come into contact with an energy vampire and shown them any sympathy or understanding, they're likely to use your good nature against you. For example, they take advantage of you by coercing you into doing things you don't want to do. These people will demand a lot more than you can give. Establishing healthy boundaries with others is incredibly important. If someone is weighing you down and taking a toll on your emotional well-being, this person isn't worth keeping in your life. Too much company with an emotional vampire can be detrimental to your mental health. So recognize the signs and know your limitations. Do you know anyone who fits the description of an energy vampire? And how did you deal with them? Let us know in the comments section.
All right, so just let's keep it moving on. And I think Bobby's still having some technical difficulties, so we'll get back to him. Well, he'll get back to us when he can. So let's get back into the 4th slide. All right, so here, just backing up a little bit. In the article, it says, then Smith reached the conclusion that would be a bad. This is after he took. This is after he took the ayahuasca, and on his first trip, it says then he reached the conclusion that would be a bad trip for his Hollywood handlers. And it's peculiar they'll use that term, a bad trip for his Hollywood handlers, management team, and maybe even his estranged wife. He says, if I'm this beautiful, I don't need number one movies to feel good about myself. So going to the things that we saw in the Psychic Vampire video, the things that he needed validation and approval. He says, if I'm this beautiful, I don't need hit records to feel worthy of love. If I am this beautiful, I don't need Jada or anyone else to validate me. So even still, he's seeking validation. So now we got to look and see, why would he be trying so hard? No, okay. Before we go there, let's get into the ayahuasca. Okay. So let's get into what ayahuasca does. So moving here. Where we at? Okay. Let's get down to the drugs. Okay, what is ayahuasca? It says, you may have heard stories of people traveling to foreign destinations to experience taking ayahuasca, a psychoactive brew. And just for a little note, this was what Left Eye was doing down when she went down to visit Dr. Sebi. Not saying Dr. Sebi was giving it to her, but she was experiencing with ayahuasca as well while she was down there. Just as a something we need to point out in a previous show. It says typically these anecdotes tend to focus on the immediate effects that take place during an ayahuasca trip. Some of which are enlightening, others are downright distressing. However, scientists have uncovered several long-term health benefits of taking ayahuasca. This article reviews ayahuasca, including its negative and positive effects on health. And then it goes on to say, what is ayahuasca? Ayahuasca is known as a tea, the vine, and La Purga is a brew made from the leaves of the Psychotria viridis shrub, along with the stalks of the Banastri apis capi vine. Y'all bear with me. I'm not fluent in Latin. Though other plants and ingredients can be added in there as well, such as cilantro and little oregano. Now I'm messing with you. But yeah, it's like a mixture of tea. And then we got a picture of it here. But let's go ahead and get into a video that gives us a little bit more details on ayahuasca.
Hallucination-inducing drug ayahuasca has been used for centuries by tribes in South America during spiritual ceremonies, but as it becomes more mainstream for those seeking optic and auditory hallucinations, what exactly is it and how does it affect your body and brain? Ayahuasca is actually a combination of the leaves of one plant and the vines of another, neither of which have any hallucinogenic power on their own, but the leaves do contain DMT, which is structurally similar to your neurotransmitter serotonin and to the chemical found in magic mushrooms.
Oh, we got the magic DMT. Them little clockwork elves. No, I'm good on the alchemy, Savage. I'm good on that. But yeah, we got the DMT.
The problem is, your gut enzymes normally deactivate DMT before it's absorbed into your bloodstream, and this is where the vines come in. They inhibit your gut enzymes from working properly and allow DMT to travel within your blood and eventually cross the blood-brain barrier. The effects of the drink usually hit around half an hour after consumption, with hallucinations peaking after 1 hour and subsiding within 4 to 6 hours. But these hallucinations are reported to be different from drugs like LSD and shrooms in that most people are fully aware that they're visually hallucinating. In addition, instead of hearing voices, the sounds...
Hold on, we have a DMT expert in the Factz family. Sean M. He said if we have any questions, so Sean M, we might be leaning on you upon you throughout the show. So stay abreast.
heard are usually exasperations of the noises already occurring around them. And unlike those who consume LSD or shrooms for a good trip, many who drink ayahuasca are seeking to reconcile with their thoughts and emotions, as well as past and present traumatic events. Afterwards, most feel more at ease with their thoughts and more accepting of their present situation.
Seems fitting for what Will was trying to do to get over the heartbreak.
Default mode network is a distinct area of the brain that, if overactive, is associated with depression, anxiety, and social phobia. And fMRI brain scans show that ayahuasca causes a significant decrease in activity within the default mode network. This is usually linked with a meditative state and explains why some ayahuasca drinkers feel at peace with themselves and find a renewed sense of purpose after a trip. Additionally, DMT has been linked with proteins that promote the maintenance of long-term memory, neuroplasticity, and the regeneration of new neurons.
We got a lot of people in the home. Factz family, boy, y'all be getting down. Whoa. I don't mean to dox y'all, I'm sorry about that, but dang, the Factz family be partying.
Can bind to specific receptors found in mitochondria and endoplasmic reticula, and may even have the potential to kill certain cancerous cells. On top of this, alkaloids from the vine have been shown to induce apoptosis in mice melanoma cells and certain liver cancer cells in humans. This is not to say that ayahuasca is a replacement for radiation or chemotherapy, but it may hold future possibilities for cancer research. Interestingly, unlike other drugs such as alcohol or cocaine, ayahuasca does not seem to create a tolerance, so regular drinkers aren't required to drink more in order to achieve the same effect experienced the first time. After consumption, drinkers usually suffer violent retching, vomiting, and even diarrhea, as
I'm good.
the brew is extremely acidic, making an upset stomach normal even in experienced drinkers. And there is a dark side of ayahuasca too. Fatalities have been linked to its ingestion, particularly among tourists, though the manner of death is often undetermined. The increase in popularity has also given rise to fake shamans unqualified to create the brew safely. Ultimately, the data is currently too sparse to seriously consider ayahuasca recreationally, and more clinical trials are required to conclude whether ayahuasca is safe. Special thanks to Audible for supporting this episode.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I don't need. I'm good. Hazelnut coffee brings a smile to my face, so I am good on that. So here's the tea itself being poured up, minus the styrofoam cups for my Houston people. And here's some artwork to go along with it. So yeah, that's ayahuasca. So I could see why he went and did that. Just from the video, why he would see that as an option. But yeah, it's a hard pass for me too. I'm good on that. So now we got to look at what he was really dealing with and maybe what he found out on why he was tripping. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into where we at. Let's see. Facts fam, we having a good time tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this article right here. There was a There was an article talking about how Will Smith look changed. And this is from page 6. It says Will Smith looked so different in his latest TV interview that some fans went as far as to compare him to a cartoon character. Yeah, you tripping 14 times. Sex to do that to you. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air alum, 53, was a virtual guest on BBC's The One Show on Wednesday to discuss his movie King Richard, which this is going to be important. It's movie King Richard, I'm saying. So stay tuned. But viewers were more focused on his unrecognizable features than his new project. Yeah, Will looked mad funny. He looked like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid character. What the hell going on? Excuse me. Back to the show. Will Smith looks like a Pixar version of himself. WTF. Had to get the program info up on one of the shows to make sure it's actually him, one viewer tweeted. Will Smith on BBC One now doesn't look like Will Smith. It's definitely him, but isn't. Did they clone Will Smith? Are we sure this is Will Smith? Did they Gucci Man Will Smith? I don't know. Let's continue on. But it isn't. Maybe it's the goatee, another fan wrote, pointing out the actor's fuller than usual beard. Nah, Will look different. Yeah, he looks strange right now. You know what I'm saying? But we know about countenance, and effect, what you're going through can kind of change your face. Your emotional state can have effects on your look. Somebody say he looked like R. Kelly publicist. Yeah, he got that, not to cast any aspersions, but when dudes shave off they mustache but leave their beard, that's a weird look, fellas. I'm just saying, that's a weird look. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just being honest with you. But let's go ahead and get into that BBC One interview. I have it here.
From a child.
Oh, no, I don't. What is going on here? No. Remove that. Something's going funky here. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go and add that in. I have it. It's got loaded up. Here we go. Loading. Here we go.
Me and Zoe
we got to see the film. It's absolutely incredible, Will. And if you're at home, if you're not, lovers of tennis, do not worry, because this film is about so much more than just tennis, isn't it, Will?
Yes, this is a film that, we all have some image of Richard Williams doing something in a video.
Will don't look right. Oh, what's up, Rico? Let's just speak to some people right quick. Rico said, big fan, stay solid, came from the I should have read that part, but Rico, you got me. You got me, Rico. Yeah, no mustache and a beard make dudes look weird. That should be on a t-shirt. No mustache and a beard makes a dude look weird. We need that t-shirt ASAP, t-shirt makers. Yeah, and that body language is, y'all own it tonight. Y'all are on it tonight. What's up with the hands? Who said that? Who said the body language? Hold on. Somebody said, I see it. Who said that? Okay. Davey said it. His body language suggests someone not even American. Right. He and somebody else pointed out there as well. Sorry if I missed your comment. But yeah, it just seems off, man. It just seems off. What's up, Steel Dre? We always gonna turn up, especially on Friday night. We got to turn up. But yeah, it just seems off to me. Very off. Let me sure. Let's continue on with this video.
Clip that we thought looked crazy. And, this film really dives into the mind and the man and the heart behind the madness. Richard Williams is a very difficult, very complicated character.
Aren't we all complicated?
But this is a film about family. It's a film about faith. It's a film about big dreams. You'd have to be a Grinch to walk out of this film and not be inspired.
All right, so there may be some explanation for why Will looks so funny. That's in the realm of reality. We're not going to say he's a clone just yet, but he looked mad funny. Mad funny. But here we have Will, and it says here how Will Smith lost 20 pounds in the weight of childhood trauma. I'm gonna see if somebody gonna ask it before I say it. Oh, somebody said, Davey said adrenochrome withdrawal. Chill. No Q. Yeah, isn't he like 50? Yeah, somebody said that he lost weight. That could be part of why he looks different. Somebody said, Davy Jones said, no effing way, that's Will. What's up, Shazier? How you doing? Good to see you in the house tonight. But yeah, Will look funny. And I'm just going to say this. Bruh, Will look mad sus, right? Why is he standing like that? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? For real? Why are you standing like that, bro? Yeah, I'm getting there, Beezy. I'm getting there. Hold on, I'm getting there. We this you gotta pace yourself. You know what I'm saying? We taking our time here. We only an hour in. Okay. It says he says in there, Will Smith is a coward, and this is more that I think that's emotional psychic vampirism right here. You start off, Will Smith is a coward. It said at least that's what Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Dynamo turned Grammy Award winning musician and Oscar nominated actor grew up believing about himself. He admitted as much while documenting his weight loss journey on YouTube original miniseries Best Shape of My Life on Monday. An 8-year-old Will began developing this concept of himself as a coward because he idly witnessed his father abuse his mother. So I found that'd be an interesting, you're talking about weight loss and they just slipped that right in. So now my ears perked up. I'm like, okay, that's a weird sleight of hand. That's a weird. I mean, that's weird. Oh yeah, and they had that Scientology, and they had that weird school going on as well, that nobody ever talks about anymore. But let's just stay on topic of him and his father and the abuse and how the effect it had on him. So moving on, in the same article, it says he was the oldest of his siblings, but found himself so paralyzed by the sight of his dad, the late Willard Carroll Smith Sr., hitting his mom, Carol Bright, 78, that he couldn't jump in to save her. Who recently revealed that he contemplated killing his father in order to avenge his mother shortly before Smith Sr. died of cancer in 2016. Strange. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Diego. He's still having technical difficulties. We lost Bobby. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want us to be great. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna carry on till he get back. It said Will carried the heaviness of not standing up for his mom his whole life, the filmmaker added. And let's not poo-poo this, because things that happen in your childhood can definitely, go carry over into to your adulthood, especially something as traumatic as watching, a parent being abused. But it's just something here that they harp on this point about this abuse from the male, specifically a black male. And I've seen this before and I have evidence of it, but let's continue on. Especially that his father died. I like I said, I'm just going to keep it there. Every day we'd go get on the track as the sun rising and do at least 30 minutes. He goes into his workout routine. And then the sun was a big thing in this workout video, but I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. All right, so let's moving on. Here's another article. Will Smith, I thought about killing my father to avenge my mother. They kept pushing this thing about killing his father. And this one, it says, Will Smith claimed that he contemplated killing his father at one point to avenge his mother for the abuse she suffered. And an excerpt from his new memoir. And once again, we got to remind people, let's just go back and remember what he said about the product. He says, Will Smith memoir reveals a man who has found success by transforming himself and his family into a product. We got to remember that. We're not saying that the abuse didn't happen. It's not what we're saying. And abuse, domestic abuse, is a very serious issue. And if you're receiving domestic abuse, get out as soon as possible. It only gets worse. All right. So going back to the article, it says in the insert from the new memoir, Me, and look, and is that the name of the book? I never noticed that. Me. That's the name of his book, Me. Wow. I'm serious with y'all. I never noticed that was the name. It just slipped past me. It says Smith reveals the fraught setting of his early life in Philadelphia with his father, Willard Carroll Smith Sr. and mother, Caroline Bright, and how it affects his later life with his father, whom he cared for while the elderly man was battling cancer. My father was violent, but he was also at every game, play, and recital, Smith 53 writes. He was an alcoholic, but he was sober at every premiere of every one of my movies. He listened to every record. He visited every studio. Let's see here. Let's get back to the live chat and see what y'all talking about. Right. Turn into a product. I think you're talking about when he abused a kid. Yeah, when he was kissing on his son. I think that's what you're referencing to. That was kind of creepy as well. But once again, moving to the next article. Another article about his father being abusive. It says Will Smith reveals guilt he felt after failing to protect his mom from his abusive father. These are rehashes of the same. Yeah, it says Me. I thought it was Will. I don't know why they said Me. Fake news, I guess. I thought it was Will. Is it a subtitle maybe called Me? Will Me? I don't know, but they said that. All right, so it says Will Smith revealed his guilt he felt after failing to protect his mom from his abusive father. And could this possibly be that mother that he's seeing, maybe, a stand-in for, the mother that he failed to protect when he was tripping on ayahuasca? Who knows? Okay, so here it says, let me zoom in a little bit so I can read that. It says Smith revealed he had suffered from guilt because he believes he failed to protect his mother as a child, and when his father beat her to the ground in his family Philadelphia home. The Men in Black star recounts the domestic abuse in his new book Will. I thought it was what called Will. I don't know why they said Me. Fake news. And called the traumatizing attack a defining moment, according to an excerpt of the book published in Sunday Times. He said, when I was 9 years old, I watched my father punch my mother in the side of the head so hard she collapsed and spat up blood. I don't want to but why they keep rehashing these stories? And you got to remember, at the same time, it's during the release of King Richard. I'm going to say that one more time. This is at the same time of the release of King Richard, the movie about Venus and Serena's dad. But before we go there, I've seen this play before. And this is something that Tyler Perry did by making his dad the bad person, which, I mean, if you're abusing somebody, then it's not hard to make you a bad person because you are a bad person. But to highlight it in the public to win favor with the mainstream media, to paint, the black man as or any man as abusive. So let's get into that. Let's get into the video from Tyler Perry and see the commonalities between the same rollout they have here.
Always known that this man despised me, and I could not figure it out for the longest. I could not figure out why he hated me so. And every action was about his hatred or his disdain for me. And I remember asking my mother as a little boy, is he my father? And she would always say the same thing. She would say, I hate to tell you this, but that's your father.
All right, so let's start right here. Let me fully flesh out what I'm saying here. In the media, this is you're killing two birds with one stone. One, you're demasculating the man that witnessed the abuse as I couldn't stop my dad, I couldn't help my mom, that kind of thing, which you're a child. That shouldn't even be an expectation of yours. But at the same time, you're demonizing the black man, as making him seem the abuser, which they could be. But why are we rehashing this for public consumption is my question. And Tyler Perry is another one that turns everything into a product. Shouts out to Don in the house. Y'all go check him out. It's just Worldview Warfare. What's up, Don? So yeah, this is a double gut punch that they do, and I notice really it only goes from the son to the father. I never see this story played out of the mother being the bad person. Just for example, not to bring it up, but to bring it up, look at LeBron James. Look at his mother. She's celebrated as the hero, even though she wasn't the best parent. They only seen her praises. We brought up Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant had a horrible story. They never talk about it. It's always the male that's bad. It's always the male that's bad. Durant too. Thank you. Same thing. It's always, celebrate the mom, denigrate the dad. Even if the dad, in this case, we're going to go, we're headed somewhere, but let's go ahead and listen and finish up with Tyler Perry.
So on her deathbed, I'm 40 at the time, ask her again, is he my father? Because something inside of me knew, just knew, that same voice would not let it rest. She said, I hate to tell you this, but he is your father. Well,
is he your father? Little foreshadowing.
she died, and it wouldn't settle in me. So I did a paternity test with my brother and myself, and we don't have the same father. And I thought, okay, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's his and I'm not. So I did one directly with him. He's not my father. I'm sure she had all of her own reasons for why she didn't tell me.
I'm sure she did have her reasons for why she didn't tell you. She was creeping in the next room. Yeah, primordial suit, right? Down with the patriarchy. It's an open attack on the patriarchy, and look who's willing to attack. Oprah, right? Exactly. No, Mary. His brother is not his father. That's a way more interesting story. But no, that's not the case. His father wasn't his real father, and that goes back to what I was saying before. Mama's babies, papa's maybe. This is why cheating is not. I just have to be honest with you all. This is why cheating is not the same between the genders, because the result of it, the impact of it. So yeah. So Tyler Perry, not to explain why his dad did that, or not even close to justifying it, but. You come in every day, you're feeding this child, you're raising this child, and then you find out that it's not yours. And trust me, a man knows. A man looks at his child, and he looks for himself in that child. He looks for, let me see, he got my ears, got my mouth, he got my gait. No, does he carry himself like that? You know what I'm saying? Does he have it right? So it does matter. And to see that, like I said, and you start to drinking, you start to thinking and drinking. Thinking and drinking is a bad combination. I would say in this case, and it's really messed up because what do you do? I mean, you one of the child is yours, one's not. What do you do? All we're doing, we have to humanize people. This is what we do. We humanize people so we can understand it. We don't want to be binary thinkers, but at the same time, if it gets that bad, you can't cope with it, leave. There's no use to putting your hands on people. I'm gonna say that very vehemently and strongly. There's no justification for putting your hands on people. So let's finish up with Tyler.
She came from a very different time. I remember horror stories about someone breaking in the house before I was born. I don't know what the full reason is why she didn't tell me. I don't even know if she knew. But
what did he try to do there? They live in different times. He remembers somebody broke into the house. Is he trying to say somebody attacked his mother and he's the product of that attack? See, once again, he's trying to absolve, and not like I said, I'm just showing how we're looking at this as a media product. Once again, trying to absolve the actions of the mother. And not specifically his mother, but just in general. And this is done by the mainstream media, which is ran by men. Let's not forget this. At the end of the day, this media is still ran by men. So why are they running this play? We have to ask ourselves. All right, Miguel, let's see what Miguel had to say. He said, you know what's wild? I'm trying to prove I'm the father to my son, and because the mom says no, I am having a hard time of getting my name on the birth certificate. Courts believe her, and it cuts it off. Believes her, and it didn't say the rest of it. Matt, like I said, I wish you the best, Miguel. And that's the other thing. Dudes be wanting to be dads out here. McGilla says, Black Madonna capturing all them souls via the succubus. Hey, bro, goggles, McGilla, goggles. Jeez, Facts family, boy, y'all too advanced. Let's see here. Let's see. Word of the day said, I read his story on Wiki. A lot of turmoil in his family. I don't care for his movies, right? And now, once again, we see his father is the archetype for the men that, but not my words, but according to Charlemagne and the guard or God, I don't like calling him that, but according to Charlemagne, he calls Tyler Perry movies horror movies because they paint the man as the villains. And that's because of the experiences that he had with his father without any context to go with it.
If I could wake her up to have one conversation, that would be the one.
What, who, your daddy? Let me stop playing.
Hi.
We can't do the witch. Sorry, out of here. No. All right, so going back, where we stopped at? We stopped it there. Let's see, we stopped right here. We stopped there. Okay. Boom. Okay, so look. In the production of the movie and the rollout of the movie King Richard, which is about Venus and Serena Williams' dad, sexist claims over King Richard surfaced despite Venus and Serena Williams serving as executive producers. So they attack Will, even though Serena and Venus are executive producers on the movie. How does that work? Please tell me how that works. And Dr. Jessica Taylor goes on to say on Twitter, did they seriously make a film called King Richard about the success of Serena and Venus Williams, but it's about their dad, Richard? Who put them rackets in their hand? Who paid gang members to protect them while they was out there practicing accounting? Per the narrative. I gotta say that. And I would say the same thing about Tiger Woods. Who put them clubs in Tiger Woods' hands? I would have the same energy for, you know, saying, hey, if they made a movie about Tiger Woods' dad and made it about him and how he put those clubs in Tiger Woods' hand at a very early age, who made Tiger Woods who he was. See what I'm saying? But they want to make it about sexism. She goes on to say, I get this has annoyed people, but I genuinely didn't expect a film about the two most powerful, successful, amazing black women. Here's a white woman once again engaging race into a intra-race conversation. She's an outsider or visitor in the conversation, and she wants to employ white race. See how that works? You see how that works? I'm gonna read it from the top one more time. I get that this has annoyed people, but I genuinely didn't expect a film about two of the most powerful, successful, and amazing black female athletes to be named after a man or centra a man. What? I would have loved this film to be all about them and not a man. That's it, really. It's called King Richard and it's about their dad. But no. See, they have to once again put this into, mother goddess worship. And trust me, Serena is the epitome of mother goddess worship. AKA the mother. That's the mother we talking about that we were seeing. Let's just keep it a buck. We go on there. Let's go ahead. I don't got no theory, but let's go ahead and go there. And if you don't believe me, check out this commercial that that paints her as Diana.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
Let me rewind that back. Look who she's attacking with the tennis balls. Notice who she's attacking with the tennis ball. Let's run that back from the top one more time so y'all can pay attention.
Check it out. With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
Hey, look, I'm not one of them transvestigation type dudes. I ain't one of them transvestigation. I'm not. I'm truly not. But bruh, something going on. Something funny in the milk. I'm just saying.
You cannot be serious.
Let's back it up, cause look who happens to be in the commercial. John McEnroe. This is important. Y'all make a note of it. John McEnroe, because we it's important that he's in this commercial.
That was not in the movie.
Must be the director's cut.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing direct.
All right, you ain't getting no free press over here. You know what I'm saying? We don't do ads. This is value for value. Remember, this is a value for value channel. This is a value for value production, and we do the only value for value. We don't take any money for YouTube, but we do thank YouTube for the digital real estate to put this message out. And you can also donate. Go to mofundme.com, or either the links are attached at the top. So you can also show value there if you find value in the production. But look at here. Let's go and look who Wonder Woman actually is. Dun, dun, dun. Wonder Woman. This is from a DC database. Nerd certified. Wonder Woman is the Princess Diana. The daughter of Hippolyte, queen of the Amazons, and Zeus, the mightiest of gods of Olympus. Diana volunteered to leave behind her home in Themyscira and champion the Amazons' message of peace and fighting for justice and equality in man's world. Man's world. Interesting. Let's see here. She's a founder member of the Justice League. Interesting. And hold on, I've been lacking my due diligence. Let me go and drop some links in here, so you can go do your own research. Bow. There we go for that one. And let's get back to this one. Let's get these links in here. This is the one for the complex article about the King Richard as well. Wow. So Diana, you say, oh, that's a good one. Social Justice League. Exactly. So, Diana, you say, seems like Mother Goddess worshipped me. Right, Beezy, that commercial threw me out too. When I saw it, I knew exactly what was up. Ooh, that's a good one. Judy S with the subliminals. Serena should stay out of tunnels. Yeah, Yep, you saw what happened to the other Princess Diana. Yep. So, McGillis said Venus is Satan himself. Interesting. So remember I brought up John McEnroe, and he was in the commercial. Well, John McEnroe wasn't too loving and showing too much love to Serena Williams, but obviously he popped up in that commercial with her. Let's see here.
All right,
What's going on?
Let's just start with the elephant in the room.
That's right.
Why was it necessary for you to say that anybody, Serena, couldn't beat the 700th player on the men's circuit?
As you know well enough,
John McEnroe said if she played in men's circuit, she'd be like 700 in the world. I don't see no issue with that. Biologically, there's difference between men and women.
Charlie, respect Serena very much so, okay? And I was simply calling her on an NPR, which supposedly you're supposed, this is where you can say it like it is and you're going to get honest feedback. She's the greatest female player that ever lived. Then the lady said to me,
Nobody has that issue with saying she's the greatest female player to ever to live. But they want to make her the greatest tennis player ever to live. It's not good enough to be the greatest in your gender. There's no issue with that. That's not good enough though. But once again, she could find it in her heart to be forgiving of John McEnroe. We had to point it out, a white man, and she's married to a white man. You love who you love. That's not the point. But it's always, they're so forgiving when it comes to, the white men. But then the fathers, we got to dig up dirt from 30 years ago. And my point is this, we're not slinging mud. The point is that they love to do this in the media. You see the one eye behind him. They love to do this in the media to denigrate black men and the patriarchy. But let's continue on.
Remember which one, but she said, why did you say woman? Why don't you just say the greatest, tennis player that ever lived? And so then I felt the need, however, unfortunately, I'm probably to defend myself. I don't know, just say what I really felt. Which...
Shocker, you can't do that, John. You can't say what you really feel. That's like saying Cheryl Swoops is the greatest female basketball player of all time. And somebody say, well, why don't you say she's the greatest basketball player of all time? What? Huh? Let's go.
Is about what I think she would be. I think you're referring to the fact that I said she'd be about 700 in the world.
Yeah. Right.
I've got a solution, Gail, though, because I know that you're friendly with Serena, and I think at least until yesterday,
I'm just waiting. Would you like to apologize?
Why do he need to apologize? He made a statement that's accurate. Biologically. What are we doing here? But see, that's the point. See, he look, you see he got a rare back in his chair and she told me, I'm clutching the table and my pearls.
No. But the offer is this, is because it seems in tennis, unlike other sports, that they're always asking about how women, they always ask me how I would do for someone. Why isn't this old bag John McEnroe, how would he do against Serena? Why don't you combine, just solve the problem? I'm sure the men would be all for this. The men and women play together. And then we don't have to guess.
But John, you didn't answer Charlie's question.
Right. When he comes with a logical statement, like let's combine them all together and see how it turns out. Oh, then it's like, oh, they changed the subject. All right. So where we at? Where we stop at? Let's see here. All right. So, so now we got to get into this. What the meat of the story is. It's the goddess movement. It's the mother goddess worship. It's also baked into feminism. And let's look at the goddess worship via Wikipedia. It says the goddess worship includes spiritual belief or practice, chiefly neo-pagan, which emerged predominantly in North America, Western Europe, Australia, and New Zealand in 1970s. The movement grew as a reaction to perceptions of predominant organized religion as male-dominated, and makes use of goddess worship and can include a focus on female people or on one or more understandings of gender or femininity. Let me read that one more time. Or on one or more understandings of gender or femininity. It is starting to make sense now. The goddess movement is a widespread, non-centralized trend in neo-paganism and therefore has no centralized tenet of belief. Just believe what you want to believe, as long as it ain't in men. Practices vary widely from the name and number of goddesses worshipped to specific rituals and rites used to do so. So it's just like basically believe whatever you want to believe, as long as you believe in a woman. straight from Wikipedia. Belief system range from, I skipped over something. Some, such as Dianic, Wicca, Dianic, remember that, Dianic. Wicca exclusively worships female deities while others do not. Belief systems range from monotheistic to polytheism to pantheistic. Pan. Interesting. Encompassing a range of theological variety similar to that in the broader neo-pagan community. Common pluralistic belief means that self-identified goddess worshippers could theoretically worship any number of different goddesses from cultures all over the world. Based on its characteristics, goddess movement is also referred to as a form of cultural religiosity, and increasingly, and it cuts off from right there. All right, so basically, as long as you're worshiping with women gods, you're good. You in the club. All right, so let's see where we at. We stopped at the Serena commercial, John McEnroe. All right, let's get into Judy Chicago. No, let's do this. Let's go to the actual goddess movement that's on YouTube.
Within each of us is a goddess that we cover up with the not enoughs. We've lost our connection with what is real and authentic, so we hide our radiance. We doubt our choices and we question our progress. Well, not anymore. Our goddess movement is flipping the script. We are a sisterhood of women choosing to be real. We choose to let go of being perfect. We choose to become braver and to be seen. We choose to live a life of joy, health, and pleasure. Our goddess movement is a modern-day sisterhood, a home for daily growth and genuine wisdom. Here, we make deep, meaningful connections, and we celebrate real stories from real women achieving real things. It's time to stop going it alone. With our goddess movement, you'll join a member community.
You wouldn't go at it alone if you had a man, I'm just saying.
Community of like-minded women ready to support your next big venture. Join us with your morning cup of coffee or your evening glass of wine.
Boy, they love that wine.
And add a little joy and wisdom into your day. You'll receive inspiring health, self-care, and business tips and lessons from our robust blog and newsletter. And you'll get weekly goddess videos and
Right. X101 says, sound like a cult. It does sound like a cult. Or at least a coven, at best.
Action plans showing how women like you working to define their own voice and purpose.
Hold on, Maverick said that, see, oh, what? Was that a man on the bike? You see how they cut him off and left him faceless? Yeah, that was for a reason as well.
Find balance and joy every day. When we all awaken to our greatness, we create magic in our lives, in our families, and in our world. Isn't it time?
Notice, once again, the woman leading.
Families and in our world. Isn't it time to awaken your own inner goddess and be the fullest expression of you?
Awaken your inner goddess, huh? Fascinating. All right, so which way we want to go here? Let's see here. All right, let's go this way. Let's go back to the Dianic worship. Let's go that way. Let's go that way. Hold on. Remember Dianic worship? Diana, that's who Wonder Woman represented, and that's who Serena was represented as. Dianic Wicca, also known as Dianic witchcraft, is a modern pagan goddess tradition focused on female experience and empowerment. Leadership is by women and who may be ordained as priestesses or in less formal groups function as collectives or covens. I'm adding that. While some adherents identify as Wiccan, it differs from most traditions of Wicca in that only goddesses are honored, whereas most Wiccan traditions honor both female and male deities. while there are more than one tradition known as Dianic, the most wide known is the female-only variety, with the most prominent tradition therefore founded by Susanna Budapest in the United States in the 1970s. So this came about in the 1970s. It's notable for its worship of a single monotheistic great goddess, the mother goddess, with all other goddesses of all cultures worldwide seen as aspects of this goddess. So that's why you can see the, the Statue of Liberty, Lady Justice, Wonder Woman, all of these goddesses are rolled up into one. See, all of them are rolled up into one, and it's like, as long as you worshiping one, you're worshiping the big one. This is Mother Goddess worship. And this is who I think that Will Smith, just to bring it back to what we were talking about, this is who I think Will Smith encountered when he was on his ayahuasca trips. We continue on. Right here, Diana, considered correlate to the Greek emeritus, is seen as representing a central mythic theme of the woman identifies cosmology. She is the protector of women and of the wild, untamed spirit of nature. So, all right. So, going back to the 1970s, here is a, what is her name? I'll get my notes out. This is Judy Chicago discusses the mother goddess.
Tell us about Mother Goddess. So in 1977, you had an idea for an inflatable Mother Goddess. It's never been made. Tell us about how this work came to you.
In the early 1970s, when I was all involved in the research for the dinner party, I discovered how all early civilizations revered and worshiped goddesses. And then slowly, you can actually trace the rise of patriarchy through the changes in deities. And so I thought, wouldn't it be great to, revive the tradition of goddess worship? Because I'm a huge believer in the fact that either we have to conceive divinity as beyond gender or equal gender. As long as we worship.
Beyond gender or equal gender? Yeah. Maverick said, inflatable mother, they worship a blow-up doll. But, I mean, we laugh about it, but this thing is serious, and this is the... Hold on, I gotta wait. Let's go ahead and finish this.
A male god, we are basically supporting patriarchy.
Tell us a little bit about scale, because there is the very famous Venus.
Is that Lizzo?
Venus of Willendorf.
Right. But it's tiny.
Exactly. Interestingly, I think having interviewed Jeff Koons and written about his work in the past, he often has a long list of people with whom he's in dialogue. And crazily, I've attended lectures where he listed 40 or more artists with whom he's in dialogue, and not a single one is a woman.
I don't want anybody to ask me if things have changed, okay? Because this tells the entire story. His piece is realized, an addition, and mine is just a concept. This is in 2019.
See, it started then, and it's being realized now. And these people play the long game. So I want to show you, I brought up Lizzo for a reason. I'm sorry, Victoria. I'm sorry. Yeah, and look, gotta keep it interesting, value for value. But I brought up Lizzo for a reason. Let's get into her video with Cardi B. I'm had the sound down, and look, the reason why, hold on. The reason why I brought up Lizzo is this. Look. Let's go. I got the sound down for a reason, so your phone is not tripping, and I'm going to give the play-by-play over top of it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get no strikes or nothing, all right? Because you know they be tripping over the music. Oh, look at there. The touch of God. See that? Touch of God. Y'all think I'm making this up? Y'all think I'm making this up? Let's go back here. Boom. The touch of God. There it is. Wow, hold up. Right there. They put it right in your face. Right in your face. And they replaced the white male guys with black female guys. Let's go back to the video. Wow, look at that. Hold on, let's go. Let's back up. Hold on, let's go. Let's back up. Hold on. Uh-oh. Let's back up a little bit. There it is. Creation right there. McGillis says, I know what these desperate women put in. No, we know. We know what. Don't eat strange spaghetti. Please don't. But yeah, the touch of God. Look. Right there. Okay, y'all think I'm making it up? Look at there. And now look. Look at the artwork now. They want to say black woman is God. And I'm going to say this. Ain't no human being my God. And I wouldn't want to be nobody God. I don't want that kind of pressure put on me. But see, they do this for a reason. Once again, I'm going to go back. They're just replacing supremacy. And you wonder who do this? I'm going to show you who do this. Newsweek. White mom forced kids to kneel, pray to black women in viral TikTok. Do y'all remember this? Do y'all remember this video? Y'all let me know if y'all do. Yeah, no human being is my God. No. But see, they do this for a reason. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. But do y'all remember this story? Let me see if anybody remember this story. Yep, somebody says yep. William says yep. This is right after the 2020 election. This white woman made her white kids get down and praise black women. Oh, yeah, Margaret. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. You better believe it. Yeah, L. Smith, this goes back further to the conscious community. Yeah, and it does come from there. But see, they're weaponizing it now, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. It's really a stroke of the ego. So now we got to get into this. Nah, I ain't no God. I ain't no God, Brutus. And I understand how you saying that if you're saying it in the sense of how they say it in, I think it's in Psalms. But nah, not in that sense. No, I'm nobody's deity. And my deity ain't human either. Hey, Maverick, if you got any information, post it in the live chat. Any links? Anybody got any links that may help to this? Please post it in the comments. That's a good. I mean, this is a crowd sourcing effort, and sharing information sharing effort. So please, please post good information. But any information you have, please post it. Links. Okay, Bruce. Okay. I feel you. If you mean in the sense of being a judge, how it says in the Bible, I understand you, but I am not a deity. That's just me personally. I mean, however you want to roll. Okay, so let's get into this article from Newsweek. I have the audio from the article. Let's listen to it.
For having her kids kneel and pray to black women. TikTok mom is going viral for having her kids kneel and pray to black women. TikTok user.
What? Oh, no, they didn't. Hold on. Now I'm going to have to go find the article. Basically, let's not even get into it. So basically, she made her kids get down and say black women are gods. And they play this game to stroke women ego. And she's like, well, black women say, I'll just paraphrase what's going on here. She basically says, black women saved us from the mean Donald Trump, you know, and they're our God. Basically, it's like a pat on the head. It's very condescending. It's kind of like the same energy with Will Smith. You know, it's if we want to say psychic vampirism, it's a similar case. Don't black women, don't let them put y'all in that trick bag, because if they can blame you for everything that go right, then they can blame you for everything that go wrong. So don't get caught in that trick bag. I hate that happen. But let's do this though. I can do this. Hold on, wait. Y'all can go read it for yourself. Let me put the link in the chat. Bow. All right. Choose your own adventure. Y'all can check that out. All right, let's get that out of here. And like I said, always you can come back to the live chat if you watch this on the replay, or if you're watching it now on the replay, go down to the live chat, and whatever we discuss in the articles reference, the links there, you can go and check it out for yourselves. All right, so that was the TikTok. We did the Lizzo. Okay, so now this is why in pop culture we get things like this.
Can I ask you something? What took you so long to respond to me? I sent you a very well-crafted message 3 weeks ago. And today, out of the blue, you hit me up asking if you want to grab dinner. What changed?
I didn't feel like being alone.
She felt like being worshipped. Remember this, Queen and Slim. Y'all remember Queen and Slim? Y'all remember Queen and Slim? And I want to back it up a little bit. Notice, look at the imagery that we see here.
Can I ask you something? What took you so long to respond?
Notice he has the cross around his neck, representing the patriarchy, representing male-led religion. He's dressed in black. Continuing on.
I sent you.
She's dressed in all white. He looks like he has a traditional kind of diet. She looks like she has some kind of salad, greenery kind of thing. All of this is important. Let's continue on. Because this is that yes, queen, yes kind of thing. See, that's where that comes from, that yes, queen, yes, you a queen, I'm a queen, we a queen, everybody a queen. This is where it stems from. This is where it stems from, but let's continue on.
Very well-crafted message 3 weeks ago. And today, out of the blue, you hit me up asking if you want to grab dinner. What changed?
I didn't feel like being alone.
Oh, I got one on Don? Hold on, matter of fact, let's do a little spam here. Hit the like button. Thank you, Deep. But if I got one on Don, boy, that's a pat on my back, because Don is 500 sources in his book. Y'all go get it. It's just Worldview Warfare. Look, y'all go check his channel out. Go get his book. And if I got one on Don, that's a pat on Moe Factz back right there, because the brother is very insightful and knowledgeable. Let's continue on with the trailer.
Not tonight.
So you turned to Tinder. So what happens tonight?
Did you think we were gonna have sex?
Nah.
The mother goddess needed a sacrifice. Y'all pay attention. The mother goddess needed a sacrifice. She has a worshiper, or her simp in the religion of mother goddess worship. Now she needs her sacrifice.
No, I thought we were gonna hang out, maybe get to know each other.
Failed to execute a turn signal back there. Go ahead and ask you step.
Yes, Lena Waithe made Queen and Slim, if I'm not mistaken. Which she is a. Let's just stop and talk about Lena Waithe for a minute. It's fascinating that she dresses and looks like a man, carry herself in a masculine way, but she's always winning awards or being praised as the first woman to do something. See how convenient that is? If you're going to be a man all the way. If you're not going to be a man, I'm saying be a woman all the way. But she want to straddle the fence, no pun intended, to say, I want to be celebrated as the first woman of color to do this or the first woman to do that, but then dress and carry herself as a man. Convenient. Let's get back to the trailer.
Step out of the vehicle for me.
Could you please hurry up?
What did you say?
It's just cold.
Get on the ground! Keep it.
Look, he needs to be saved by the mother goddess.
Why is he under arrest? What is your badge number?
Chill, just chill.
I'm reaching for my cell phone.
Once again, she needed her sacrifice. And he gave it to her.
Now let's go. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you stay. Cop killers! Cop killers! It was self-defense.
Oh, wait, let's back it up. I got to get it right. Hold on. Wait, because it's important. Yeah, she got the animal print on. Let's keep going.
It was self-defense.
We're in the Black Bonnie and Clyde.
In the city breaking and everybody shaking up.
Hey, see you later. See you later, Maverick. Oh, Spivey in the house. Peace to Spivey, my first donator. I always remember that. Appreciate it. And it's a reminder, since Spivey's in here, value for value. Spivey, look, you got the ball rolling with the value for value. You see every day, every show, I try to bring out a better, more polished, more informative, more entertaining product. I would never let y'all down on my end of the value. And if you find value in this, please show value back. You can find a link at the top or go to mofarmy.com. This is what keeps the thing rolling. I appreciate y'all very much, especially in these times.
Outrun the police.
We don't have to outrun them. We just have to make sure they don't know where we are.
This here's Kentucky, my friend.
There's a war going on out there, and you welcome this into our home? Is this y'all?
Y'all really gave us something to believe in. We needed that.
Oh, you gave something? They gave you something to believe in, huh? I bet you they did.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, William said, why don't I do super chats? Because if I do super chats, then I had to get in bed with YouTube and Google, which I don't want to do. I appreciate Google for giving me their digital real estate. That's all I asked for. And, that's why I don't do super chats. But I do read your comments. So if you feel led to show me some value back, you can click the link up top, and and you can super chat me that way. Minus the 30% that they take as well. YouTube be in your pockets, boy, I'm trying to tell you. But let's keep going.
Them, go! Like y'all new Black Panthers, power to the people.
All we can do is go forward. There is nothing back there for us. Let's just keep going.
Chaos. And that's the other thing I didn't really cover in the mother goddess aspect or archetype. She can be loving, giving. She can be the creator of life, but also if she goes the other way, she can be the destroyer goddess. As you see with, I think, with Shiva, if I'm not mistaken, and you see this with other archetypes. It can go both ways. Let's keep going.
What if God wanted me to die and I messed up his plan?
I don't think that's what he wanted.
How you know?
I just think you were meant to be here. I'm scared.
It's all right. I'll be brave enough for the both of us. I'm taking you.
Oh, just for a little value break, I'm on PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Square. All my links is up the top in the link tree, so just check it out. Kali, thank you, William. Yes, Kali the Destroyer. Kali Ma, I appreciate that.
Dancing, let's go.
You're willing to risk getting caught so we can dance?
Hell yeah.
Don't worry, you're safe here.
I just want to let you know that I'm okay and that I love you.
I want a guy to show me myself.
She want a guy to show her herself, i.e. worship her.
I want him to love me so deeply, I'm not afraid to show him how ugly I can be.
This is what she just said again. She just told you she's a goddess and she wants to be worshipped. Let's listen to that one more time.
Show me myself. I want him to love me so deeply.
Oh, yes, Raphael. I'm sorry I keep stopping it for business, but we got to do this. Yes, if you go to the website under the MoFundMe, there's a P.O. box as well that you can send money orders to. I appreciate that as well.
I'm not afraid to show.
Let me back that up so you can hear how she wants to be worshipped. I promise I won't interrupt you this time.
I want a guy to show me myself. I want him to love me so deeply, I'm not afraid to show him how ugly I can be. Thank you for bringing us this far. Thank you for this journey.
Police!
No matter how it ends. What do you want?
I want to ride or die.
Can I be your...
Once again, That's that cross right in the car. Now let's listen to what she says.
Can I be your legacy?
You already are.
Can I be your legacy? Interesting. So yeah, and right. Thank you, Deaf Operator. Trauma bonding. Let me read through some of these comments because we almost to the end of the show. I promised I would get y'all out of here at a decent time, and I'll held to it. Sorry, Bobby couldn't roll with us. Hey, y'all see how it worked? We had a great show planned for y'all, but I had to do it solo. We're gonna have Bobby back on the channel once again. Let me go ahead and drop his channel in the chat one more time. Sorry, Bobby, you couldn't. Man, just some crazy stuff happened on the other side of it. But please show Bobby and the MUD podcast some love. He will be visiting our channel again. There's his information, his link to his channel. Bow. There we go. So, just trying to bring new people in front of y'all, people that, I respect their level of knowledge. Just paying it forward. Look, Star opened the door for me. Adam, you know what I'm saying, opened the door wider for me. And I'm trying to do it for other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to do. Now, with that said, if y'all think this stuff don't have an effect, some of you may have heard this clips on the show before, but now you get to see the visuals with it. This is the final clip of tonight. Let's see. I think I have some artwork we need to get to first. Once again, let me break this picture down. So this is Mother Goddess Worship archetype. And this is where the root of the black woman is God trope and meme comes from, right? But I want y'all to pay attention to this artwork. Notice the enlightened women are covered, right? They use the nude women to distract the men. So either you're going to be distracted, i.e. the simp over here in the white, or you're going to be the caregiver. So all they want to do is reverse it and make supremacy. They're enlightened, covered, right? The men are over here caring for the children. And notice the children are pale. The women over here distracting the men with their naked bodies. And this is what they use those women for. And this is what I try to cover in WAP. Right. Thank you, Primordial Suit. She is peacocking. Very good observation. But this is why I try to cover in WAP. The enlightened women use the women that's willing to use their bodies as distractions, and that's why they deal with women like Cardi B and that things of that nature. That's why you had a Maxine Waters come talk to a Megan Thee Stallion, because they use their bodies to push their agenda, but they're enlightened. You see what's going on here? Then they want the black man to be the mammy to the pale children. I didn't create this art. This is art that represents black woman goddess. And this is the story that it tells. And you think this stuff doesn't, you're saying, has reach? Well, think again.
Numbers of African American women in Maryland and across the nation are leaving traditional church worship. All of them are in search of something else, a spiritual belief that connects them to their ancestors and where they can feel more empowered to control their own well-being. They have found it in ancient forms of spiritual contact. Some call it witchcraft, a term they accept and embrace. For most of us, this is how we worship, a tradition that predates us all. This, too, is an ancient art of worshiping, not to God the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, but to spirits and deities that span the oceans and date back to pre-slavery days in Africa. Are you, in fact, witches?
Whatever the situation calls for. So if you come to me with pleasantries, you being respectful, you'll get Glinda, the good witch of the suburbs. But if you come at me with negativity and meanness and disrespect, then you'll get Eveline.
Look at there. I told you, if you come at her with proper respect, you'll get the good witch. But if you come at her with disrespect, you get the goddess, the destroyer goddess. See what I'm saying? And notice there's a hierarchy here. She's the only one dressed in color. They're all dressed in white. Let's go back to the picture again. Dressed in color, dressed in white. You can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you. You cannot make it up. I don't know the artist right offhand. I'll have to find that for you. I should have had that thing. I'm sorry about that. That's just an improvement. I'll have next time the artist name. But let's get going. But notice, go back to the color, dressed in white. And as if you notice, and even in kung fu movies, the pupils or the subservients would be dressed in white, while the masters would be dressed in color to make them still stand out. But let's continue. Let's go back and listen to that one more time.
Your worst.
Hold on, let's back it up and see what she says from that point. And she's the mother goddess of this group.
This, too, is an ancient art of worshiping, not to God the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, but to spirits and deities that span the oceans and date back to pre-slavery days in Africa. Are you, in fact, witches?
Whatever the situation calls for. So if you come to me with pleasantries, you being respectful, you'll get Glinda, the good witch of the suburbs. But if you come at me with negativity and meanness and disrespect, then you'll get Eveline, your worst nightmare.
Your worst nightmare. And look, these women participate in this. Go on Instagram. They even got women that say they in the church that are witches. And once again, this ain't based on race, because we saw the Mother Goddess Worship YouTube feature mostly white women. This is what they agree upon, and this is how they can meet and agree in feminism. This is the bedrock of it.
They have many names and titles and ranks within their belief system. They are college educated.
They have ranks. So it's still a form of supremacy. Yet and still it's still another form of supremacy.
Professional women who've chosen to believe that theirs is a truer example of worship that is inclusive of the genders. It connects them, they say, to their ancestors and fills a need not found in traditional worship, though most of them grew up in the church.
Let's stop right here. But most of them grew up in the church. But let's go what Deaf Operator said. See, we got to get the boots from the ground. I'm out the game. I've been out the game for a very long time. But he says here, every other girl you try to date, and this is anecdotal, of course, but he says every other girl you try to date, if you're young, is a witch. Another word they try to use for it, doula. Another is bruja. I think a bruja. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. If I understand, put the spelling in the chat. These are code words for witch. Doula is another code word. Erykah Badu uses. It's kind of like midwife, but it's a little bit more to it. Let's see what Don had to say. They do group cursing rituals via Zoom, especially during the pandemic. We getting all the facts tonight.
All Christians in my family. In fact, my grandfather was a preacher in the South.
I also grew up Christian. I grew up Anglican in the Episcopal Church. The older I got, the more disconnect I felt.
I was raised Baptist. My father is a deacon. My mom a deaconess. I was in church all the time.
All of these women were raised in the church here. Just let that sink in. Thank you, Ashanti. She said bruja means witch in Spanish. I appreciate that.
Women are part of a sect, Ile Ola Afefe Osa Meji, spiritual temple. They worship and offer prayers to Oshun, a predominant deity.
She's the deity or the Orisha of aesthetics, beauty, sex, sensuality.
There are growing numbers of African American women who have chosen for themselves a new life, leaving the church in search of more meaning in their lives. And
wait, there go that peacock. There go that peacock again. Pay attention. Let's go back one more time. There go the peacock. There go the peacock again. We get more facts we get more boots from the ground. Look, we need to have a talk about this for the men. We need to have a talk about this for the men to be what to watch out for. And also for the young women, what to watch out for, how not to get sucked in. Dang, Shazier said my aunt got a witch doctor on retainer. You know what? And that's very common. That's very common in the South. I know I got family members the same way. Yep. Bro, you don't want the spaghetti, bro. Do not eat the spaghetti of strange women. I'm going to say that again. Let's continue on.
It can be called witchcraft. At a recent convention in Baltimore, more than 200 witches gathered, a sisterhood, but their spells are for good, not for evil.
Until you make them mad. Remember? The spells for good instead of evil until you make them mad. Spivey said, Moe gives us, okay, she said, Moe, give us facts, please. Educate us. I can't see these types of groups exist. Hearing that most of these women are from religious families, right? They just feel the void once they get disenchanted with the male leadership and the male archetype. They just fill it in with something else. That's how it works. Ashanti says, Beyonce represented Oshun in her Hold Up video where she destroyed everything. The video, she wears a bright yellow dress. Huh. Interesting. You mean like this bright yellow dress? Pay attention. Let's get back to the video.
In this ritual, the women are preparing an offering to Oshun on behalf of a woman in California who's looking for a mate. The omelet-type dish is sweetened with honey, believed to be a favorite of Oshun. Prayers are said over the offering and for the woman in need. A portion is offered to Eshu, the male counterpart of Oshun, and placed in a secret place beneath the stairs of this Odenton home. Using shells, they ask the spirit if she is pleased.
CeeLo, my fault. Crapped out.
4 shells are tossed to the floor, 2 land up, 2 land down. Balance. The gift is accepted.
She accepts it.
The traditions may seem odd to most, a mystery to some, complex and multi-layered. These daughters of the moon, followers of Oshun, women, powerful, determined, and understanding, say there is nothing to fear. They are here, and they will be.
What you mean there's nothing to fear? She just said I could be your worst nightmare if you make me mad. Ghost her and find out. Date her, ghost her, and then find out how bad she can be. Right, 456 head crack, AKW. You know what time it is. 456 head crack. Let's go.
Be here for the foreseeable future. Yes, there are witches among us.
This is something that our ancestors.
Oh, and watch for these. Look, this little nose ring. Look, I don't want to cast aspersions on anybody or generalize anything, but we got to watch the telltale signs. These little nose rings right here, boy, I'm trying to tell you, 76% of the time, if they got this nose ring, they a witch. In my unscientific studies. But let's go ahead and finish up this video.
And all we're doing is tapping back into it so that we can become our best selves, individually and collectively.
There's so much more to this story than our time will allow, so our conversation continues with these women, where they reveal much more to me. And if you want to watch the extended interview, head to our website, WJZ.com, to watch Behind the Lens. And for even more information, there is a link to the Daughters of the Moon, also at WJZ.com.
The Daughters of the Moon. All right, so that's my presentation for tonight. There's one thing I went back through it, and that's one thing I missed. One note I wanted to make about Will Smith and this bring this story full circle. If y'all remember, in Hancock plays Zeus. Hancock was representative of Zeus in that movie. And his wife, the woman that you're saying in that movie, was named Mary. And the god that she represented, it says the symbol of the eagle appeared to identify Hancock as the Greek god Zeus. It would make Mary Hera. According to Greek mythology, Zeus and Hera, Hera, I think that's how I pronounce it, were not only husband and wife, they were also brother and sister, according to the Iliad. Zeus is stronger than all the other gods on Olympus combined. Right, so he's been in this for a while. He's been representing this for a while. So I just wanted to leave that one little factoid out there. So what I believe was going on here, I think there was some high level witchcraft going on at that red table. I think it was a spell cast on the masses to be divisive and just, make it more binary in the gender war. That's my takeaway from it. You see these people, you see how they roll. Spivey says, I'm looking for the nose rings, Moe Factz. It's unbelievable this still exists in our area, the South. Absolutely not. Thank you, Mo, for sharing. Not right. And look, I grew up around this stuff. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I grew up around this stuff. A lot of y'all aunties, look for them chicken feathers in the closet. They on that Azalea Banks tip. For real, for real. So I ain't acting like this is far from home. With that said, please hit the like button. Thank you, Deep Impression, for being the official spammer of the Moe Factz channel. Also, remember, right now, look, stop right now before you leave the channel. We got 111 people in here. I should see 111 comments in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to give y'all time right now. Please just click over, drop a comment, you know what I'm saying, something, just anything. Because what that does, it stimulates the algorithm to help to get this word out so we can get this information to other people so they can pay attention, so they can see what's going on. Please just go ahead and click over now before you don't tell yourself, oh, I'll be back. I'm coming back. I'll watch, do it right now. Put first things first. Let's see what John had to say. He said the South today is full of it. Visit Cascade Springs Natural Preserves in Atlanta on a nice day. You will see fruit offerings all over the Spring Creek area and sisters reading witchcraft books. Right, and gangs operate heavy in witchcraft too. I think I would stay away from that place, Don, if it was me. Oh, okay. Thank you, Bill. Look, in an hour and 40 more minutes, it'll be your boy's 41st birthday. Look, I feel like I'm, I feel like I'm 21 and I look like I'm 31. This has been a great year for me. I ain't gonna let, all the ill will, what's going on in the world come, reflect on me. I feel great. I couldn't spend a better time than my pre-birthday party than with the Factz family. I appreciate that. I was gonna see if somebody mentioned it before I mentioned it. I'm glad, I'm glad that y'all did that. Happy birthday to me. So look, you at least got a comment to write in. I at least to see all y'all say happy birthday over in the comments. But I'm feeling great. I'm in a great space in life. I'm glad, look, I love y'all Factz family. I sincerely do. I love coming here every time that we get together and sharing knowledge that'll hopefully make your life better. Make sure you're not being a manipulator or a psychic vampire. Share this information with other people. Maybe make them aware. Yep. Look, I feel great for 41. I feel great for 41, and I'm grateful for every one of y'all. We cracked 7,700 today on the the subscribers. The channel's growing. I'm blessed. Beautiful family. Both my biological family and the Factz family. I can't ask for anything more. Man, so happy. So happy. I'm glowing right now. I appreciate y'all all for real. Man, it feel good for me just to read these comments and say, y'all showing love. 80 babies in the house, D Snow said he just turned 41 in November. The 80 babies in the house. Yep. Let's see. Shazier says something. We don't worry over here. You choose one, worry or pray. You only can do one or the other. Oh, somebody trying to chill your blood? No, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody do that. I appreciate it, man. I'm just loving all these happy birthday wishes. And I couldn't spend, a better time than with y'all Factz family. With that said, look, may the Factz be with you. As somebody put in the chat, that's another, it's a subline to this. May the Factz be with you. But as you know, as I always say, pay attention to everything and the truth will reveal itself. Y'all have a great night and be blessed.
Yo, Jazzy, what's happening, man?
Yo, Ice Cream Tea, ain't that Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince? Yeah.
What's that record, that rap?
Yeah, girls ain't nothing but trouble.
Yeah, that's the one.
Them brothers is dead. I don't believe that.
Man.
I don't even like what they said.
What are they talking about, man?
You know, tell him, Steve.
Listen, homegirls, let me talk to you. Girls may be trouble, but guys are trouble too. So the next time a guy try to give you a play, just turn your head and diss him and walk away.
Excuse me, Ice Cream Tea.
Hello, how do you do?
Quite fine, my darling, and how are you?
Well, I'm doing quite fine, but I'm kind of upset because I heard a little something I could not forget.
What's that?
I heard you say that girls are nothing but trouble, and now I'm taking this time to bust your bubble. You're arrogant, conceited, you're stuck on yourself, and bragging nearly every time you open your mouth. You think you're the gift of women, since that's what's in your head, but I'm sorry to inform you that all that stuff is dead.
Wait a minute, let me talk to you. I think I should inform you who you're talking to.
No, you let me tell you, so you'll remember me as the one that bust your bubble. I'm Ice Cream Tea.
Well, I'm Jazzy Jeff, and I'm the Fresh Prince. Before we have you arrested, what's the meaning of this?
You say girls are full of trouble, I must explain this to you. Girls may be trouble, but guys are trouble too. You're a compulsive liar, your mind is full of dirt. All you do is worry about what's up a girl's skirt. You can't have a secret love because you got a big mouth. You go run and tell your boys how you laid her out. I think truthfully you're sick, you need to be kicked. See, I kick my loaded weapon, get on my nerve, I go quick. Guys think they own their girlfriends. Females aren't possessions, we are humans. We like to be wined and dined by candlelight, not being cooped up in the house trying to be held up tight. So Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince don't mean to bust your bubble, but guys of the world ain't nothing but trouble. Homegirls, the next time a guy give you a play, just turn your head and cold diss him and walk away.